How's it going, guys? Today's just a really quick video showing you guys how I'm going to be setting up this enclosure for the two of my baby 100% het hypermelanistic Eastern Blueies. These two are my holdbacks basically. They have some really nice colours. So I got them living in here, and I'm going to give them a bit more of a natural setup because I'm sick of seeing them on newspaper. So I've already started here. I put in a bunch of eucalyptus mulch, Yuki mulch, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I kept looking at this setup, and it's a nice little tank, nice little display enclosure, and I just kept seeing them on paper, and I was just like, nah, I want to give them a more natural looking setup, just so it's a bit nicer to look at, because when they're in the tubs, you don't really see in there much. Like, it doesn't really matter if they're on paper, but in here I wanted to make it a bit more special. So of course the major difference now is just using a natural sort of substrate, Yuki mulch here. That'll make the biggest difference. And then of course down this side I'm going to be putting some sugarcane mulch, and that'll be really good for them to do burying and hiding in. So yeah, down the front at the heat light we have more of a Yuki mulch substrate, which is more just flat and sort of flat normal terrain where they can just run across and explore. But then on this other side, on the cool side, we're going to have a thick layer of sugarcane mulch, and that's where they'll do a lot of their burying and hiding. So this sort of design is basically a small scale of my outdoor pits, minus the sand, but I only use the sand out there for drainage anyway. So now, because this is a more natural setup, instead of using sort of plastic hides, we're using actual real wooden logs. So I'm going to chuck this one here, and it's going to keep the sugarcane mulch up here in the back where they can do their burying in there, and then they can also hide in there. So now the weather is like just starting to cool down, I want to make sure they have a nice warm basking spot to have access to. So I'm going to be putting this rock here right underneath, and that's going to keep a lot of heat around the area, and the rock will soak up the heat and keep the area even warmer. Then along with the rock, for some extra security, I'll put this little sort of hollow bark hide just here at the front for them if they want it. And as you can see, they're already loving the warm rock. And then finally, for the last naturalistic sort of look, unfortunately I don't have any fake plants to put in, otherwise I would do that. I'd put in some nice bushy fake plants. But something I've been really into doing lately is getting branches of gum leaves, gum trees, and getting a nice bushy bunch with a nice bunch of leaves on there, and just putting them in the enclosures. They seem to work really well. Gives the enclosure a good look, and gives the animals something else to climb around on, or explore, check out, as well as, you know, a bit of enrichment. There might be different smells on it and whatnot. So yeah, it just gives it a little extra touch of nature. And so there we have it. Food and water's in, and it looks a whole lot better than it did before. So this is just a few simple changes to your enclosure setup that can make it look a bit more natural, a bit more nice. And it's still basically the setup it was before. Like, there's 2 hides, a basking spot, food and water, and a place for them to bury themselves. So keeping it really simple, but just trying to make it look a bit better. Thanks for watching this quick video, guys. These sort of videos are just to give you some different ideas on how to do your setups and whatnot. Let me know if you liked it, give me video suggestions for the future, and I'll see you next time.